We have Patrick Perez, Vidauri, and Cristina Nava, two of the award-winning team of this particular show. It's called In Other Words. Good morning. Welcome to the show.
Good morning. Thanks for having us.
Thanks for having us on.
Oh, absolutely. Look, I appreciate you guys more than you know. And I understand you guys put this amazing show together. And I got to ask, what was that like just creating this? What are we going to call this? What genre is this?
Well, this is a romantic comedy. It's a movie. It's a feature film starring Bryan McClure, Natasha Esca, Edy Ganem, and Chris Kattan. And it drops today nationwide on all platforms on demand. So we're super excited that our movie is now going to be seen nationwide, everywhere and online.
Well, and that's got to be exciting for the both of you, right? I mean, all this time it took. What's the creative process like for this particular film? Because, and Linda, I mean, you got Chris Kattan in this. I mean, I already am like, oh my God! Like, so I can imagine. I don't know whose idea that was, but did you write him in or did you have to rewrite him in, or what was that like?
Well, I had worked with Will Ferrell years ago. I translated a film of his that he did in Spanish called Casa de Padre, which he did. He actually performed it entirely in Spanish, but he didn't know any Spanish. So at that time, I worked with the former head writer of Saturday Night Live named Andrew Steele. And I kind of got in with these guys, and I knew that I wanted, for this role, this particular role, we knew we wanted to cast an SNL alumni. So when we were ready to cast, I reached out to my contacts, and Will Ferrell wasn't available, and other people, we were considering other people. When Chris Kattan was available, we were super excited. We asked him, and he said yes, and we couldn't believe it. We were just so excited to be working with, this legend of a comedian. And he did not disappoint. He came to set and just did some zany, incredible improvisations that went far beyond what we would have imagined. I mean, we knew they were going to try some funny stuff, and Cristina left space in the script for improvisation, but he took it to another level, and some of these scenes you'll see in the movie are just hilarious.
Yeah, there's one which I saw in the trailer where he basically was like pre-COVID makeout session. Does that make sense?
Absolutely. It's the Ram Rap tip.
Yeah, I can't wait to see this. Cristina, look, you obviously, teaming up with Patrick on this particular project, I think both of you bring a really good element to this, which is his side versus her side. Which side got more time than the other?
You trying to get me in trouble?
My side, obviously.
In the end, it usually works that way.
Yeah, we're a team. We're a collaborator. We've collaborated for about 13 years now. We're married. For those listeners that don't know, Patrick and I have been working on projects for over a decade together. We, it's not incredibly easy. It's not roses all the time, but, we are committed to not only each other, but to storytelling and to the projects that we are on.
Yeah, but she got more time.
Yeah. Look, I get it. Trust me. If you're just joining us, we have Patrick Perez, Vidauri, and Cristina Nava joining us. Again, the film is In Other Words. Now, for those that don't already know the premise of this, can you describe that for our audience?
Yeah, so In Other Words is about a tech geek who has developed a matchmaking app. And his own app matches him with a girl who doesn't speak English and he doesn't speak Spanish. And it starts off, the story starts off in San Diego, so he crosses the border to this amazing wine country in Baja California called Valle de Guadalupe. And he does it to try to not only conquer her heart, but also to see if his app is screwy. And so that's where the mayhem ensues.
Now, when the both of you, think of like a genre that you love to do, is there any other one, or are you pretty good with this one? Because I feel like we don't have enough really good romance comedies as of late. Personally, I feel that.
I think you're right. There's, especially filmmakers have been kind of, some people chase the marketplace, and they think, oh, horror is the way to go. The market gets flooded with horror.
Right.
But we do love comedy, and we think that with comedy, especially in, everything is so serious nowadays, we need a little bit of levity and some laughter in our lives. And, in this film, it's a cross-border romance. We really don't touch on politics, but just by the basic premise, we do run into issues that we're seeing in current events, like negative perceptions of what Mexico is going to be like. That's one of the things that the characters are very surprised at once they cross the border. They're like, wow, this place is beautiful. Wow, the people are awesome. The people are beautiful and nice. And, why isn't everything on fire and burning and narcos everywhere, So we're showing another side of life. Everything isn't dark, and you're not in trouble. You're not afraid for your life at every minute. So anyway, we love showing this lighter side of life. However, our next film is a thriller. So we did go for one, and it does touch on important topics, and we're going to do something a little different.
Well, I can't wait to see that, but it's all happening right now. And you know what? Look, with an online world, I could imagine you wanted this to be a theatrical release, or maybe I'm wrong, I don't know. But a lot of filmmakers that we've had, we just had on Bill and Ted's, the other show, that's a good comedy as well. This one's a good comedy. And honestly, when people feel good, they say, thank you for taking my troubles away from me for a little while. But where can people get this online?
So right now, it is on Amazon Prime to rent, as well as Vudu, Redbox, on all cable channels. You just type in other words, and
it's on Tango, YouTube, your Fox cable, Charter, Spectrum, any cable
everywhere.
Box, in other words, and from your device where you rent movies, and you'll find it there. It's pretty much, I like to say, it's everywhere but Netflix.
Well, you know what, and I can see it going there. I can, because I looked at the trailer. I can't wait to see the full thing. I'll probably rent it with my family members around the corner. I appreciate the both of you. Thank you, Cristina, Nava. Thank you, Patrick, Perez, Vidauri. Thank you for being on the morning show, and thank you for doing this feel-good film, even though I can imagine, when did shooting end, by the way?
2018. We finished in 2018, and then from there on, we finished, I think, final cut late 2019, and we were actually in a few film festivals around the world and nationwide, like the Nice International Film Festival, one in New York, but because of COVID, as you mentioned, it was all shut down, and so we're just so grateful that Viva Pictures, our distributor, is putting it out in the world, and now everybody can see it on the small screen near them.
Well, I appreciate you. Thank you again for spending time with us. Again, for those of you tuning in, it's In Other Words. Go check it out. You can get it right now. Have some family fun. You deserve it. Thank you very much for spending time with us here on The Morning Show.
Thanks for having us, Aaron.